It's Ron Brown with Tech for Seniors with 5 important tips for your Chromebook in 2021. Now you know the routine. If you like this video, please click the like, and we'd sure appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. It really does help. Thanks so much. Let's get on with the 5 tips for your Chromebook in 2021. Now Microsoft is getting ready for a big update in their operating system. Now just imagine what's going to happen. Right in the middle of a presentation, your Windows 10 machine is going to update, or worse than that, when you try to update it, it's going to crash your machine. You might lose data. Oh man, it goes on and on and on. And we can just sit back and smile because we have a Chromebook. But you know, the Chromebook does actually update its operating system as well. But it just does it a lot smarter than Microsoft. And it doesn't ever bother you. How does that happen? Well, I think we've talked a little bit about this before, and there actually are 2 copies of your Chrome operating system. Yes, 2 copies, a primary and a secondary copy. And that's why the upgrade always occurs in the secondary copy, so it never bothers you. But here's the problem. If you're like me, you know what we do? Let me just show you here in this little video. If you watch here and watch me close my computer, this is what I do every night before I go to bed. I just close the computer lid like that. The problem with that is your Chromebook just goes to sleep. And you know how it switches from the primary copy to the secondary copy? In other words, it reverses them, so it's going to install the one that is being updated. You have to power off. So when you're just sleeping like this, you're not actually switching the copies, and you're not getting the advantages of the upgrade. Now that's perfectly okay to do. In fact, that's what I do all the time. I'm lazy. I just click the lid shut and put it to sleep. But because I write tech articles all the time, the first thing I need to do is in the morning when I get up and open up my Chromebook, I manually update the operating system to check and make sure that it's what version we're using, because I write articles about it. So I wanted to show you today just how to upgrade the operating system manually if you're lazy like me and you just put your Chromebook to sleep. Now it's also perfectly acceptable if you want to turn it off. If you power it off, then that's not a problem. You just power it on in the morning and the copies will switch. But you have to actually turn it off to have the primary copy switch to the secondary copy. Now, if you just want to put it to sleep like I do, then you can just update it maybe once a week if you're real obsessive, or maybe once a month if you just want to keep updated. So that's perfectly fine to do as well. But I just want to make sure that everyone understands how to manually update the operating system. And I'm going to show you how to do that now. You come to the settings and you come up to the shutdown button and you actually turn the Chromebook off. When you do this, it will reboot when you open the lid, and the secondary copy will now become the primary copy of your operating system, and it will have upgraded itself. Now, since I have this bad habit of closing the lid, I update mine manually. So in this diagram, you'll see I come up to settings. We then bring the cursor over to the left side and down to the About Chrome OS. We'll click on this. Let's go up and check my version. This is the current version that I am running. I'm going to check for updates, and I see that my Chromebook is up to date. If there was an update to do, it would install it at that time and ask me to reboot my computer. And when I did, it would switch copies. All right, let's look at the new screen or video capture that was introduced as part of the operating system upgrade in version 89. So we have it. We have it built right into the operating system where we can record videos, do screen captures, all sorts of really cool things you can do now right in the operating system. You don't even need an app or anything like that. Let me show you how it works. All right, let's look at the new screen recorder. We'll come to the settings menu and come up to the screen capture window here. Click on this and you'll see 5 boxes at the bottom here. The 2 on the left and the 3 on the right, along with the settings menu. The 2 on the left here we'll talk about in a minute. The first one shows click anywhere to record full screen. So anywhere here on the screen you click, you'll be able to record the total screen. The second button shows where you can select part of the screen. Again, you can drag and drop how big you want the area to be recorded. And the third box is a screen capture. So this is what you would click to have a screen capture taken. Now let's go over to the left side now, and you'll see these 2 buttons. The first is a picture of a camera. This is where you would take as image, an image capture, and the second is the button you would place to do the recording. And again, if you come over to the settings menu, you'll see this is where you can turn your microphone on or off. So if you don't want to be speaking, you can just leave it off. That's the new screen recorder for the Chrome operating system. All right, now you've recorded your video. Where is it? And how do you play it? And so the capture is done and it's saved in your downloads directory on your Chromebook. And in your downloads directory, you'll find it as a file format as WebM. Now that may be a little unusual for you, and you may not understand what WebM is because you're mostly understand about MP4 files. And WebM has been around for quite a while now, and it's based on a little bit different compression. The size of both the WebM and MP4 files are about the same, and they have relatively similar compression. How do you play these? Well, a very popular video playing app called VLC, which is free, is available as an app for your Chromebook. And I would suggest you download VLC. It's found at the Play Store, and that's an easy thing to do. And then you can just play your video captures back. You can play them back using the WebM format. However, if you want to convert them to an MP4, that's very easy to do, and VLC will save them as an MP4 file. This may be important if you're planning to do some video editing on them. For example, Camtasia doesn't import a WebM format. So you'd have to convert it to MP4, which is done easily done in the VLC software. So that is the new feature that we have that is available in our Chrome operating system. Now, how to change your download folder on your Chromebook. There are a number of reasons why you might want to consider this. First, you might have limited space on your hard drive in your Chromebook, and as you download more and more stuff, it can fill it up. So you can change the download directory to be either an SD card that you've placed in your Chromebook or an external drive, or in fact you could even store it on your Google Drive in the cloud. So you have lots of options, but by default your download folder will be stored on the hard drive in your Chromebook. Now, the second reason that you might want to consider this is if you decide to power wash your Chromebook. This is where it resets it to factory specifications. Again, if you have all your files stored in your download directory, this will this will wipe them out. So it's really important that if you do decide to change your directory, if you have it on an SD card or you put it in Google Drive, those are safe places if you're going to power wash. And again, Google Drive is available on all devices. Now, the other reason I wanted to bring this up today is because how you do this has changed from my last video I made about a year ago. They've changed the location of the option to change your download directory. And you no longer find it in the Chromebook settings. In other words, when you go to the bottom right-hand side of your Chromebook, you come to settings, and then you come in, and you used to change it in the menu system there. Well, it doesn't work anymore, and if you try to do it, you won't find it. So what you have to do is you have to open the Chrome browser, and then you go to the three-dot menu in the top right-hand corner and open it up that way. Let me show you how it works, okay? Let's have a look at the new way of changing your downloads directory. First, we'll come to the Chrome browser, not in settings, but we're going to come to the Chrome browser and come up to the top into the three-dot menu in the Chrome browser. From there, we're going to come down and click on the settings in the Chrome browser. Then we're going to come over to the left side, and we're going to come up to the advanced setting, click advanced, and now you'll see downloads. And when you click on the downloads button, you'll see here is the location to change. And when we click this, you'll see it brings up the folder now, and you'll be able to choose where you want to save your downloads folder. It could be on a Google Drive, then it would be stored in the cloud, or it could be an external drive or an SD drive. Now, a few weeks ago, a reader asked me if they shared a Chromebook within a family, would they need to power watch it between users? And I said, no, I mean that you could do that, but that's probably not the best way. You see, Chromebooks are very account specific. So the first person that logs on to a Chromebook is usually the owner or administrator, and they can determine whether you have guests or new users. And if you enable those features in your menu that I've shown you, you'll be able to come on as a new user or a guest. And in those situations, new accounts are created for those individuals, and none of your data is shared. So for example, if you created a new user, this would be a totally independent set of data, and when you remove that new user, none of your data would be affected. So it's a way in which you can actually have two people who are users of a Chromebook that are completely, their data is completely encrypted and completely separate. So that is how you would have multiple people using the same Chromebook. Remember, this is Chromebook's 10th anniversary this year, and they added something for us in the launcher. This is called the Chromebook Tote. Let's have a look and see what this is. All right, let me show you how the tote works. So as we come onto the shelf here, you'll see as we zoom down, you'll see on the shelf a new feature, and this is called the tote. If you hover over there, you'll see it says T-O-T-E. And when you bring up the menu, it will show you pin files or screen captures. So let's do a screen capture. We're going to come over to the right side, and we're going to open the screen capture menu. We'll click on this, and we're now going to take a screen capture. So we're going to select an area to do the screen capture, and now we're going to capture it by clicking on the capture button. And now we should be able to see that back in the tote area. And there's our screen capture in the tote area. It's like a holding area for your work. Now as we move over, let's look at the file. So we're going to go to Files, and let's have a look at the file that we just created, and we're going to pin it to the shelf. So when we click on this, we're now going to come back to the tote area, and you'll see again that there it is. It's pinned to the tote area. So this is an area
that holds screen captures and pinned files. It's called the Tote.
So the 5 important tips for your Chromebook in 2021. In this video, I've showed you how to manually update your operating system, how to use the new screen and video capture, how to change your download directory, how to share a Chromebook using multiple user accounts, and the new Chromebook Tote feature. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Have a great day.